Hello everyone, welcome to Code Buddies Hub. In our previous video, we have seen how to create an Azure account for free. And today, we'll be seeing how to create an app services under the account that we have created earlier. Before that, if you wanted to know more about app services, then check out the link provided in the description. I have already posted a YouTube short that might help you. Alright, let's go and create an app service. Either you can search for the app service from the search bar from this menu, or else you can directly choose the app services under the Azure services option. I have already searched for it and I'm clicking on that app services. Upon clicking on that app services, a list of app services if you have already created will appear. For my case, it's not showing anything because I haven't created any app service yet. To create an app service, we have to click on the create button and it will give you all four options. Either you can choose web app, and if your application is static web app, then you can choose the static web app, and if your application is web app plus database, you can choose that, or else you're using WordPress application, then you have to choose WordPress on app service. In my case, I'm choosing web app because I'm going to host .NET application in my next upcoming videos. Once after you click it, you will be seeing this kind of page where you have to fill the details. First one is basics. These basics basically contains what kind of subscription you wanted to assign and what is the resource group. Don't worry about resource group. I'm gonna make another YouTube short and I'll post it. I'm creating a new resource group by mentioning like grab food underscore RG. This basically a naming convention. Sorry, it should be T. Okay, so this is basically a naming convention that I'm following. So every company or every place, every person is having different kind of naming conventions they follow. So RG means resource group, and the name of the resource group is GraphFoot. So I'm just clicking on OK, and now whatever the app service that we are creating will be attached to this resource group, and whatever the services that we create, right? So not only app services, so every service that we create, we must have to attach it to resource group. All right. So now I'm going to create. I'm going to give name of the application. So in this case, I'm going to give GrabFood dot GrabFood. So now as this is an app service, so by default Azure Websites.net is the subdomain. So before that, so this is also called subdomain GraphFoot. So if you wanted to secure unique default host name on, then you can choose this option. Otherwise, you don't need to worry about it. So I'm going to disable that. So to ensure that I only have this grabfoot.azurewebsites.net instead of grabfoot dot some string dot azurewebsites.net. Now it's time for choosing what kind of publish you wanted to push. So I'm going to choose code. If you wanted to push a container, you can choose publish as container. So upon choosing code, you have to choose what kind of runtime stack you wanted to have. So now in my case, I'm choosing ASP.NET Web kind of a 4.8 version. Okay. Otherwise, if you have Java application or Node.js application or PHP, Python, you can choose depending upon that application runtime stack. So in this list, I'm choosing ASP.NET V 4.8, and upon choosing that, so it depends upon the runtime stack. So sometimes you might get Linux, sometimes you only get Windows, sometimes you get both, depending upon the runtime stack you choose. Now, this plays a major role because whatever you choose, you have to choose in such a way that it's not going to cost you much, and there should not be any latency or any any issue while you try to access the application. So in this case, I am going to choose Central India or something. Okay, so which is a part of India. Okay, so I'm gonna choose Central India for now. And now comes pricing plans. So I wanted to push this application for testing purpose, and I wanted to uh, create this app service only for video purpose, right? So that's why I'm not changing anything. So I'm just letting it be. Otherwise, you can create your own Windows plan and you can choose the pricing plan, right? So now it's going to be free for me because I am just doing it for an educational purpose. It depends upon your requirement. Either you can choose shared or basic or standard, or you can also go with the isolated or premium. So it's all about your requirement and how your company or how you're going to think that application is going to be that much big. So for now, I'm going to choose free F1. All right. Now, so zone redundancy, I'm gonna place one more short YouTube short that might help you. And now I'm going to click on database, which is our next step. All right, so it all depends upon the plan that you choose. So now you will not be able to choose because I have chosen F1 free tier. So it clearly says that if you wanted to create a database, you must be having a basic or higher app service plan. Okay, so as I have chosen F1, so I'll not be able to choose this option. So I'm just clicking on deployment. So you can either use continuous deployment from GitHub, or you can have your own Azure DevOps where you choose what kind of app service you wanted to deploy. And so that's a different kind of scenario. Okay, so now we are focusing on creating the app service. So I'm not going to choose anything from here. Next, clicking on networking, and you can make this app service as a private endpoint or publicly accessible. So now I wanted to have this application publicly available. So I'm just choosing enable public access. If you have chosen this off, then you will not be able to access outside or within your network. So you have to configure a lot of things if you wanted to make this access only private, right? So I'm just clicking on this on and clicking on next, where you have to choose this monitor plus secure. So just hold on, it's going to take a couple of seconds. Okay, all right. Now it's a point where you have to know what kind of steps or what kind of activity is going on in your application while you access from the public. So it provides an opportunity where you can opt application insights that Azure is going to monitor your application and everything and gives you a result. Okay, so let's say your application is having some kind of issue. It might be through like 403 sometimes, 401 sometimes, 404 sometimes. There might be server errors like 500 plus, right? So if you want to know about what kind of error it is, so you have to have application insights enabled. So now I'm clicking on enable. Yes, I mean, and it asks you, okay, so where you wanted to have this application insights, which region you wanted to have. So at the moment, I have this GraphFood Central India region. Okay, so if you want, you can create a new application insights, but I'm just letting it as it is. And the region is already chosen because the GraphFood is something that I have already created under the Central India region. Okay, so now if you wanted to make this application more secure, okay, so you can enable this defender or else you can let it be. So I'm not choosing this option as this is for free purpose I'm doing it. So I'm clicking on next now, which is going to be a tax. Now Tags are going to be like, help you in searching the app services very easily. Not only these app services, it is for everywhere. So it already says that tags are name or value pairs, which helps you to categorize all the resources together and shows that in the billing as a consolidated way. So if you wanted, you can give tags like graph, food, and also the value. So you can give anything. Okay, so it's going to be like, tag all together. Now clicking on review and next, and it's going to show you the review. Okay, so where you can check out what kind of information that you input earlier during the form filling. And if you think everything is fine, then you can go ahead and click on create. Now it's going to validate your data, and if you have not filled required fields, then it's going to show you that you haven't filled that these fields which are mandatory, or else it will create the application under the app services. It shows that uh, all right. Oh, all right. So if you look at this, so it shows like this region has quota 0 instances per your subscription. That means I cannot create an app service under this region, Central India. Okay, so I have to choose different region. Okay, so to create app service, I have to choose something like Central India, which I have already chosen. So it's not selecting it, it's not creating it. So I might go for South India. Okay, so all right, I'm just going to review and create and create. So it's now validating, and it says the same that South India do not have this. So I'm going to basics, and now I will not be choosing any location belongs to India. Let's go with Canada. Choosing review and create. It's validating something in the backend. All right, so there's something went wrong. Not finding Azure App Service plan. All right, clicking on this. All right, so now it's going to take a couple of minutes to complete the process. The moment when you see that everything is fine, okay, so you can go click on the go to resource that will be available somewhere in the page, and you can see that whatever the app service that you have created. The reason why I'm not cutting anything in this video, because I wanted to ensure that if you're facing this, you can jump directly to that particular issue and you can solve it. So as I said, it will show you the go to resource. You can click on this go to resource, and that's it. Your app is created. And so the basic page will be shown upon clicking on this browse. And yes, this is what an app service. So it's very easy that you can create a website uh, application hosting under the Microsoft Azure very easily.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.